Tomorrow's script. You know, there are some mornings you just wake up and the world feels off. Not wrong, exactly, just askew. Like the furniture in your house shifted a few inches in the night. That's how it felt the day it started. I walked out onto my front porch, same time as always, Tuesday morning. And there it was. A box. Fancy. Black. About 6 inches on all sides, perfectly square. No label. No return address. Nothing. Just sat there. Now, I'm not a man who gets packages. Not like some of my neighbors, who have daily deliveries from the big jungle store. Boxes piled high enough to build a fort. I keep to myself. Single man, steady 9 to 5, project management, you know the drill. The kind of guy half the cul-de-sac probably figures is gay, the other half just a lonely loser. I don't really care. A polite wave, a nod, keeps the peace. Keeps everyone thinking what they want, so long as they leave me be. But this box? It wasn't a solicitation. It wasn't a neighborly, here, have some zucchini. Just a sleek black cube. My first thought? No way. Not falling for some neighborhood pyramid scheme. I nudged it with my foot. Surprisingly light. So I scooped it up, walked around the side of my house, and dropped it right into the big green trash bin. Fuck that noise, I remember thinking. End of story. Or so I thought. The next day, Wednesday. Clockwork, right? That's me, home at 5:17 p.m., and there it was, sitting on my porch. The exact same box. My jaw tightened. Okay, this was peculiar. I picked it up again, still feather light, walked to the bin, and there, at the very top of the trash, was the one from yesterday. Just sitting there, intact, like I hadn't even thrown it out. I tossed this new one in, right on top of the first, but a little sliver of curiosity, tiny and sharp, started to poke at me. I stifled it, didn't want to give it any air. Saturday. My big plans for a wild, exciting weekend involved catching up on some light reading. But that day, Saturday, was different. I pulled up a chair by the living room window, coffee steaming, and watched. All day. Reading a bit, but mostly just watching. Waiting for whoever was doing this. The cul-de-sac hummed along. Kids riding bikes. Mrs. Henderson watering her petunias. Nothing. Not a thing. The sun started to dip, casting long, purple shadows. I figured I'd finally missed them. Maybe I could still salvage a normal Saturday. I got up, stretched, dressed for a quiet evening out. Opened the front door. And there it was. Again. The third goddamn box. My stomach dropped a little. What the hell? How? This time I didn't toss it. I picked it up, feeling a cold knot in my gut. I walked around to the garbage bin, opened the lid, and there, nestled together, were the other two. Unscathed, untouched, just waiting. That's when my blood ran cold. This wasn't a prank. This wasn't a mistake. This was deliberate. I grabbed all three, slipped through the side door into my garage, set them on my workbench. They felt wrong, too light, too perfectly still. No tape, no seals. I slid the lid off the first one. It moved with an unnerving ease. Inside, on a bed of custom-cut foam, was a single, small SD card. My mind raced. An SD card. Shit. You know how many ways that could go wrong? The things you could find on an SD card that could land you in a federal prison for life? My state doesn't have the death penalty, but trust me, life felt like a worse fate. I opened the other two boxes. Each held an identical SD card. Okay, calm. I have a protocol for this kind of thing. My laptop, the one I built myself, specifically for sensitive work. No wireless hardware, air-gapped. I fired it up, booted into a sandbox virtual environment. Safety first, always. I inserted the first card. It was a video, and it was me. Me walking up to my porch on Thursday, picking up the first box. Me carrying it around the corner. I recognized the tie I was wearing. The camera's point of view. It followed me. It drifted, smoothly, tracking my every move. Dinner. Reading in my armchair. Getting ready for bed. My drive to work. My office cubicle. How did it get in there? And then, me arriving home the next day. The video ended just as I reached for the second box on my porch. My heart hammered. How in God's name? I played the next card. It was Friday's recording. Followed me through my day, picking up the second box, dumping it. The final card, that was today, Saturday. It showed me grabbing the third box, carrying all three into the garage, setting them on the workbench. It showed me opening the first box, then the second, then the third. And then, it showed me, right there, watching the screen. Just like I was doing. I froze. I slowly turned my head, scanning the empty garage. Nothing. No camera. No drone. Nothing. My eyes flicked back to the screen, and there I was, on the video, turning my head, looking around. I felt a cold dread, deeper than anything I'd ever known. This wasn't a recording of the past. It was a recording of the future. I fast-forwarded the video. My on-screen self fast-forwarded. I thought, is this it? Am I just going to sit here, endlessly watching myself watch myself? But it wasn't. My on-screen self moved, left the garage, got into my car. I watched, mesmerized, as my video self drove to an abandoned property I own, pulled into an old shed, got out of that car, into a beat-up, unmarked sedan I kept there, drove out, heading downtown, to the bus stop district. You know the one, where the streetlights buzz and shadows cling to the brick. Vagrants, women of the night. My video self wasn't interested in them. He just waited, watched, until a nice car pulled up, a customer soliciting one of the women. My video self followed them to a side street, watched them do their business, waited until he dropped her off. Then, my video self followed him. There's a vacant stretch of road, an old industrial section, that's a shortcut out of that part of town. The man in the nice car took it. My video self caught him at a stop sign, and then he lightly tapped the man's rear bumper with his own car. The man didn't jump out shouting like you'd expect. He waited, almost a full minute. Then, he got out of his car, a gun in his hand, and he fired. Multiple rounds, into my video self. The camera ended. No. No, that couldn't be right. If I was going to be killed, I'd know. I wouldn't leave the house. I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't allow it. I turned, scanning the garage again. Nothing. The hum of the fluorescent light, the faint smell of oil. I started the video again. From the beginning of the Saturday card, watched myself go through the day, drive to the abandoned property, switch cars, drive downtown, follow the man, catch him at the stop sign. This time, when my video self bumped the car, he got out immediately, approached the vehicle. The window was down. He reached in, quick as a snake with a knife, slit the man's throat as he fumbled for his glove box. Nope. No. That wasn't how I wanted this to go down either. I rewound it. just before I approached the car. This time, my video self hit him with a taser. The man slumped. My video self secured him in the trunk, moved his car to an empty lot, off the grid. That's the playbook. The normal one. The one I follow. Return to the warehouse, learn everything I can about him, inside and out. But now I had to know. Would it happen? Would it happen exactly as I saw it? I left the house, followed the same path as the video, drove to the abandoned property, swapped cars, drove to the bus stop, waited. And the man from the video, the one in the nice car, he showed up. Just like the video showed. I followed him, caught him at the stop sign, got out, tasered him. Everything. Every single thing. It happened, exactly as the video showed. When I arrived home the next day, exhausted from disposing of Kent, a new box was on the porch. I took this one inside. It wasn't like the others. Inside, instead of an SD card, was a single folded piece of paper, a note. I cheated the system to keep you alive. You have questions. I don't care. Keep killing. There was no SD card this time. I looked at the note, looked at the empty box, and I shrugged. You don't have to tell me twice.